how my timing went on that. I was trying to surprise you guys. Surprise! Hi, tribe. How are you? I love you. Okay. All I'm doing is I'm just sharing the energy of this with you. That is all, because I think that we couldn't possibly have too much good energy, vibes, and feel good. So I'm celebrating my client. One of my clients just made this massive, huge power move in her life and is doing something so incredible that my face hurts just from smiling for her. I just got off the phone with her, was working out while I was doing my one-on-one call with her, and I'm just over the moon excited for her. I'm watching my clients just make these power moves, and here's one of the biggest lessons. Like, if you got to be here and like listen to the calls on the back end and hear like my client calls with my clients, one of the biggest things you would see, the commonalities in my clients, is that they take brave action well before they feel ready. There's no evidence. They're doing it. Which makes sense to me why they would be my client, because that's how I lead my life, right? But I was just talking to her today and I was like, no, this is it. This is why, because we take the step first and then we create the need. It's like we go first and we're like, okay, no, I'm doing this. I'm committed. This is what I'm doing. I take the brave action with no evidence that it's going to work or that it's possible. And then when we do that, it's basically like the universe is like, oh, she's ready. And then it just starts pouring out the blessings on us, right? So I'm celebrating my client. Yesterday, my mama started moving into her home, her very first home that she's ever had in her whole entire life. My brother and I got to collaborate and get this done for her, and my sister supported us in lovingly reminding us of things, and it's done for the first time ever. This woman has worked like a Mother Teresa her entire life, serving and loving people and being present for people all around the world, and literally like a life of sacrifice. And if I'm being really honest, I feel like my mama needs to learn how to not believe that it all has to be sacrificed and to learn how to receive. However, she's practicing that right now because she's just moving into her house today. She's literally got her stuff moved in between yesterday and today, and she's moving in, and I'm just insanely excited for her. Like, for the first time at 60 years old, to be able to lay her head in her own space that she knows nobody can mess with, nobody can tell her she has to leave, nobody can interrupt her. It's her private, safe space on the planet, and I'm so ridiculously excited for her. Yes, hi Kimberly, hi Miriam. So yes, I'm celebrating all my clients' breakthrough. I'm celebrating the fact that my mama has her own safe space, and I just every day I wake up and it's like, can life even get any better? Like, my daughter, my kids, the traveling, the people I get to be around, the way my clients are having breakthroughs, the growth that I'm watching my family have, and the healing that happens, and the blessings that we get to give each other and be present with each other for. It's just so insanely incredible. And I really felt called today to just share those vibes and the energy and remind ourselves, if I was gonna love without end today, if I was gonna just absolutely blow the top off of what love to look like and showing up in love and service today for my people, what would that look like? Would I work out and push myself harder in my workout? Would I create a beautiful environment? Would I call someone and say I love them? Would I put a reminder in my schedule to connect with somebody? Would I raise my prices to call my people's ass to more so that they're actually, they're showing up to a new caliber? Am I speaking to a different person? Am I telling a deep truth about something? Am I saying goodbye to someone and setting a standard I'm unavailable for being treated that way? It no longer gets to be that way. How would we show up in epic, powerful love today? And also to allow you guys to be saturated in that energy, really just be honest in 2020. And here's my 2020 New Year's message. I feel like this is going to be the most incredible year ever, and here's why. It's very specific. What if for 2020, the only goal that we had, now just track with me for a second, you're going to love this, okay? What if the only goal that we had for 2020 was to allow our soul or our intuition or expansion of ourselves, our growth in our life, is to allow our soul to choose and do what it wants and needs to do to expand into the next level version of us. Now, let me just describe what I mean by that, okay? What I mean by that is that we don't have resistance to, it wasn't supposed to look like that. It wasn't supposed to take that amount of time. It wasn't supposed to be this hard. I didn't want to have to face this thing. I didn't want to have to learn this skill. Yes, you did. Your soul chose this journey. And here we are on the planet with this massive universe of awe and wonder in humans, and the opportunity to love every second of our lives. And our soul is outgrowing the version of itself over and over and over. And the thing that impedes that or stops that, and most importantly, stops us from enjoying the process, like enjoying the journey of expanding and becoming the human being who can love people better, is this story we have that time is chasing us, like that there's like, I have to do it faster, I have to get there faster, something bad's gonna happen if I don't get that done. And instead of literally just being like, oh, I'm just really clear in my head, like, this is what I want it to look like. These are the numbers I want to make. This is the kind of man I want to meet. This is how I want to be with my children. This is how I want my body to look. This is how I want to feel connected with God and in my soul and with my people. This is how I want to show up in my tribe. I want to drop into a deeper level of integrity or intentionality or specificity in my life. And I want to be really intentional when I do things and really present with the people I love. Like, I'm clear that's what I want. I see it. I know it. My reticular activation system is set. I'm putting it out into the universe energetically. I'm calling my self to that. I'm letting it be on my awareness. And then, as I was talking to my friend Sean yesterday, I love how he put it. He said, basically, you just like, you put that away, and then he said, prayer on legs. I love that. It's like having a specific clear goal is a prayer, which I wouldn't have thought of it that way, but I love it. But then you just start walking, like a prayer on legs. Like, now I'm going to start walking it out. And it's not necessarily, it doesn't have to be complicated or specific. It's the fact that we just are intentional about what it is and then actually go enjoy our life. You know, it's very similar to what I've always taught my clients with the business. We do what the business requires of us, and then we go play. We don't do things the business doesn't require of us. We don't add all these extra things that aren't required. What is the business asking me to do to reach that goal? Get it done and then go play. What if we can do the same thing with our intentions? And what if this was the way we showed up in 2020? What if it wasn't about, I want this specific goal, and I need to do this, and I need to be more disciplined, and I need to, all these things, these energies that we bring to the table, and this worry that we're going to fail at it, or what if I don't make it happen, or what if it doesn't happen fast enough? Probably the biggest deterrent or stumbling block that I see for people, that they think they need to control the timing. Talk about stress. I'm going to go into 2020 thinking I have to control the timing of when this happens. What if letting go of the story that time is chasing you and that you have to hurry up and make something happen was the very thing stopping you from having the breakthrough that you desire? What if it's that tension, that story, that energy of like, I have to take all this weight on my own shoulders, and I have to push, and I have to struggle, and I have to make this happen by then, or something bad's going to happen? What if that very energy is the energy pushing away? It's not, if we want to call in something really beautiful and our energy is struggle, stress, strife, pushing, that's not a matching energy. The two don't match. They're not going to be drawn to each other. But if we come from this place of like, what if it's true that my soul knows what it's doing? That the universe is really on my side and this is really for me? What if it was safe for me to just set my clear intention? Even if you're not spiritual, it doesn't matter. This is backed in science. This isn't just spiritual, right? So what if I set my intention that I knew the clarity of what I wanted to be and create and the goals that I want to reach, and then I lock that into who I am, and I just go enjoy my day, and I allow the journey of my soul, of whatever it's going to look like, whoever I'm going to meet, whatever the circumstance is going to be, if the finances take a downturn for a moment before they come back up, if I'm feeling like I have to have this vulnerable conversation that I don't want to have, if I'm feeling like I have to face a lack of integrity that I've had in my life, that I haven't been following through with what I want in my life, or I haven't been doing what I said to a level that I wanted to, right? Like, this is beautiful and hard to say, right? Like, I set an intention last Christmas that I was going to buy my mom a house, and it got complicated for whatever reason, like some indecisiveness on her end on where she wanted to live and stuff like that. So whatever, some things happened, communication was dropped a little bit, and we weren't following through as the way that I envisioned in my head of actually doing it and getting it done. I didn't show up to that level. I didn't be that woman. And what would it look like for me as a woman to grow into that level of a human being? So I want to love my people to this level. I want to show up. I want to create abundance so I can take care of people to this level. I want to create magic in my life every single day. I want to create love and awe and wonder and connection and love. And I want everyone around me to feel like they're the most powerful human being and the most important human being on the planet. That's how I want to love. I don't want to follow through with what I say, and that's the being I want to be. But I wasn't her yet. I wanted to be her. I was excited about being her, but I wasn't actually her yet. That's not how I was showing up. I was like, pieces of me were there and pieces of me were not. So what would it look like for for my soul to transform into that level of a human being? Could you imagine what it would feel like if I spent the year trying to control what that is supposed to look like, or feeling like it's supposed to happen right now and I'm bad if it doesn't happen right now? So that means, like, just to give you an example, it means like whatever trauma I went through as a child, whatever stories I believed about myself that were told to me, whatever failures I've had, whatever gifts that I have that people have told me that don't really match with being this person, whatever they are, all of those things that are a lifetime of subconscious training, of wiring in our brain, of belief systems, of things that we haven't challenged or looked at yet. All of those things are there, and I think I'm supposed to be able to know the timing of everything and how it's going to look and how it's going to feel and when it's supposed to happen and what is and isn't going to get me to transform into the woman who would show up to that level of love to my people, to taking care of people to that level without any kind of codependency or messiness in there, that I would learn to be that savvy as a human being. Can you just imagine what it would feel like if I felt like I had to control that, or like I needed to control the timing of that? I feel like I'm not being super linear explaining this, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Are you tracking with me? So what I'm saying is, what if for 2020, it was the exact opposite of everything that we've ever done? Like, I'm going to do this by this time, I'm going to get this done. And I mean, how's that working for us? Is it working for us? That like, it has to be done by this time, and I'm a piece of shit if it's not done by that time. Like, how's it working? If that's working for you, continue on, soldier. Go enjoy. This Facebook Live might not be for you. If that's not working for you, and you find that the most important parts of you that you've wanted to develop and the vision of who you have for yourself, or maybe not even having a vision for yourself, if you feel like those parts of you aren't being seasoned to the depth and the level of intentionality and specificity and presence that you would like to bring to those, what I'm suggesting is that letting go and enjoying life while we're really clear about who we want to be, and allowing that to, like, okay, I'm clear, this is the woman I want to be. Now I'm willing to step into that journey. And I'm showing up like, okay, I'm here. What do you need me to do? What's the lesson for today? What's the journey for today? What are we doing today? I don't know. Is it going to be one of those really amazing days like today's starting up? Or is it going to be one of those days where I'm like, I don't want to look at this. I don't want to look at the fact that I've been being this human being, and forgive myself and go through that journey and challenge myself and feel that discipline and scream in the shower and shake it off, and then, no, I know who I choose to be in this moment, and be her, and then enjoy my life and continue enjoying every single beautiful moment that continues to happen in our life. What if letting that go and trusting the journey is the very thing that not only will bring enjoyment of life, that will bring the actual results the fastest they could possibly come? Because the more resistance I have to, like, no, I wasn't supposed to drop the ball with buying my mom's house. I wasn't supposed to, I was supposed to tune in deeper to this thing that my daughter has going on in her school. And I was supposed to hit these kind of numbers. And I was supposed to run the program with a little bit more structure on the back end like this. I was supposed to train the team like that. I was supposed to do all these things, and it was supposed to happen by this time. And like, how come I'm not doing this? That energy is the thing that's holding me. That is the resistance to the breakthrough. It's the entitled state. It's the feeling of entitlement, like it shouldn't be this way. It should be easier. It should be more linear. I should have had that already. It's that entitlement and the resistance to the very transformation that will cause the result that is causing us to not have the result. But if we really just surrendered, like full surrender, like, okay, here I am. I'm willing to do this. I don't know what the hell this is going to look like. And hey, by the way, I'm not going to judge myself for any of the things that I've not been able to do better yet. I'm just not. I'm going to trust that, well, guess what? In the beginning, we were going to buy my mom a particular kind of home, and that's what she wanted. And we were like, okay, if that's what you want. And then it got messy, it got hard, we didn't really know what we were doing, we dropped the ball, communication stopped, we picked it back up, and the home my mom got is 1,000 times better. 1,000 times better. And my mom said herself, patience is so worth it. And I thought, you are a wise woman, I love you so much. I hope you enjoy this tremendously. And so even that was a blessing. I got to learn a powerful lesson in who I choose to be, and the pain of feeling like I'm not being the woman I want to be. And I also got to watch the amazing blessing that unfolded for the other human being on the other side. And they were learning the test of patience. It's always perfect. We do not need to control this or worry or stress for one little millisecond ever again. What if my house burned down and my whole company failed and I lost all the money? Okay. Like, even if that happened, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? You know what I'm going to learn? I can tell you, because I've watched people go through this. I'm going to learn how to rely on other people, how to ask for what I need, how to let other people take care of me, how to be loved, how to be open to receiving, to being taken care of, and not needing to control and feel like I'm the powerful one who's in all control of my life. That's what I would learn. Like, what if no matter what comes our way, we get to just keep going back to the vision and the clarity, which is the work for us. That's the work. So if you're looking for the work, if you're like me and you're like, yeah, but tell me what to do. I just need to know what to do. The work is for us to have real, clear clarity on where it is we're going. And in the RISE program, that's the first thing that we're doing. The prep work that we're doing is on January 6th. The first thing we're doing is we are going through that clarity. So you have that moving through the 40 days that we're doing this together. If you don't know about the RISE program, mandyperry.com/rise, check it out. It's 40 days of me literally showing you the back end of my entire life and how I do everything in my business and my life, going from failing miserably, which is why you can see why I'm willing to publicly show you my failures, is because I don't judge myself for them, because I trust the journey, right? So that the very first thing we're doing is getting clear on like, okay, no. People don't have clarity. They don't know what they want, and they don't know how to ask themselves the questions to get there. They know what they should be, but they don't know what they desire. Desire is like an elusive thing in our culture right now. It's really crazy. Anyways, we lock in what we desire and who we're going to be with specificity, with intentionality, with clarity, with presence, with heart, with like an openness to the being that we want to be and desire to be, not because we feel like this is what will keep us safe or this is who we should be or I need to make up for old things that I didn't do, all of these kind of things, right? And so my intention is for people to really let go of any kind of energy around I have to do this by now, by this time. This is what it needs to look like, as in not what it needs to look like as an end result, but what does it need to look like for the journey? And what if just because you let go of the story and the I'm going to push myself, I'm going to make myself do this, I have to do this, and like if we let go of that energy, that wouldn't actually stop you from crushing your life and crushing your goals and expanding rapidly. I can tell you, from as a woman who walks this out, I do not do the you have to buy this, and like jarring and like stress and anxiety. Like, no, I'm so unavailable for that. It's not funny. I frolic in my life and enjoy every single wild part of this. Not to say I don't have bad moments, but I do not live in that like have to I don't care what the circumstances look like. I am unavailable for that level of tension. It's just not going to happen. But what I'm suggesting is that the very thing that we think, like if I let go of the tension behind this and the demanding of myself and the energy of have to and letting the time pressure chase me, the anxiety behind it, I won't show up. I'll be complacent. Really? Can we just let that story go? It's not true. I can give you a different example if it feels hard for you to believe that. That like, no, pushing myself and being firm with myself is what gets the result. Really? I don't think so. I think that we do what we want to do because it gets us what we want. And that what's actually missing is the clarity on what we actually really truly want in a clear, concise, specific way that's in alignment with who we feel called to be, not who we should be, who we think we should be. And people don't even realize that's what they're doing. They don't even recognize it. Here's a tiny little example in a different way so that you can really see it. If I'm dieting, which we see people do all the time, I'm constantly like feeling lack and feeling like this is a big deal and this is hard, right? And so the tendency, because I'm restricting all the time, is going to be messy. So I have a story like, as soon as I release the pressure of having to diet, then I eat all this shit. I eat all this junk food. Of course you do, because you just lived in restriction for the last 6 weeks. Of course you're going to binge eat, but guess what? If you were just fueling your body with what your body desired, you wouldn't get to a place where your body's like, give me that. It's no different with our goals for the New Year's. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And what if we were just fueling our soul with the fuel that it needs, so that it wasn't like, this has to happen right now. It has to look like this. I have to prove this to myself. I have to take care of everyone I love. I'm never going to get there. I just have to work harder and harder and harder. And I know I'll get to this service thing, and I'll get to taking care of people I love. I'll get to taking care of myself better. I'll show up and serve people better when I get there. When I finally get there, I just need to get myself strong enough. I just need to make enough money. I just need to get to that place where I can take care of everybody, where I can do everything. I can exhale for 4 seconds, take care of myself when I'm older, take care of my kids, make sure I pay for their college, take care of my parents. I have to have retirement for my parents, and then, create this magical life, make sure I'm going on vacation. And then when I finally get there and I'm strong enough for all that, then I can serve, then I can love, then I can enjoy my life, then I can relax. But not until then. Well, guess what? That day never comes. And it's not coming in 2020. I promise. It's not. So my call for you is to give yourself permission to allow, what would it look like and feel like for you if you gave your soul permission to do its thing this year? Whatever that was going to look like. The highs, the lows, the uglies, the pretties, all of it. The receiving, the being loved on, the being taken care of and supported, the looking at the parts of us that feel really hard to look at and really ugly and frustrating and may trigger some shame or guilt that we get to release and learn that skill too. And what if we just let our soul do its thing? Like, hey soul, all right, you're up, girl. Your turn. I'm done. I am going to chill and take your lead. Let's just fucking do this thing for 2020. What would 2020 look like if that was our damn goal? Okay, so if this resonates with you, if you would like to start 2020 off in this energy, if you would like to see the back end of how I do all the things in my life to scale from I don't like the woman I'm being to being the woman I want to be in an energy of love while I show up and be present to the people I love and get massive results on the back end in a way that feel really easy. Not easy like, it's just so easy to be this human being that's new for me. That is the challenging part. Really easy as in tangibly get the result, tangibly, because I'll show you how to not have the resistance. I'm not going to get into all of it. Anyway, if this energy resonates with you, if you would like to do life this way, I have a really amazing thing going on. The Rise program is a $2,222 program, but I have a sliding pay scale fee for it. So you get to choose what you feel good doing. My suggestion to people was pick something that will make you committed to this, because this is going to change the rest of your entire life. It's going to change you on a cellular level. This changes us cellularly, especially doing this together. I mean, what is life going to look like when you don't have resistance to your soul expanding to the rapid rate that it's able to do without you stopping it and pulling it off track over and over and over? That is one wild ass life. So if this resonates with you, head over to mandyperry.com/rise. You can check out the page, you can check out the payments, come join us. This is gonna be fucking wild. On January 5th, you will walk away on January 5th with a clear vision. You will understand in a very simple, non-overwhelming way how to actually address every area of your life and then start walking this out in a way that's really enjoyable and fun, but gets you more powerful results than you've ever gotten with any kind of I have to do this and forcing and chasing against time and anxiety and trying to command yourself to do shit that you're just not gonna do. Because when we try to demand ourselves to do something, there's a big part of us that's like, nope. I'm not doing that. Yeah, I know I want the result, but I'm not doing that. And how do we bypass that in a really fun, exciting way? And why do the people that have the most success, these people that have this carefree, how do they do that? I can't even tell you how long I was how do these carefree people, I'm just enjoying life, but I have massive amounts of money in the bank and tons of transformation for my people. My kids are happy. I have great relationships. I used to be how do you do that? It was such a mystery to me. Little did I know how fucking simple it was. How incredibly simple it was. Yes, I love that. Hey soul, your turn. You're up. Go girl, go. I love it. I love you guys so much. Happy New Year's. It's 2020. It's 2020. I remember when my son was a kid, he's like, Mom, I'm going to graduate in 2020. It's here. Holy crap. 2020 is here. And I know this is going to be a wild, incredible year because we are going to give from it. And I don't believe in coincidences. If you're here hearing this, I know it's because you were called to allow your soul to start taking charge and to stop mucking it up and stop getting in the way and stop blocking all the amazing things that are trying to come to you, and the expansions and the growth and the freedom and the integrity and the joy, the love, the connection, the happiness, the finances, all of it, the traveling the world, the being able to feel safe and comfortable and relaxed, but also on fire and have the time you want to learn everything that you want to learn and be the biggest genius you could possibly be. It's all available for you. This is 2020 energy. I love it. Okay. I goes, yeah, Kimberly, I can't wait to start the Rise program with you. I can't wait. 5 more days. I really can't wait. Like literally, I'm already like, okay, I'm ready now. I'm ready. Let's do this right now. I might change the date. I've been known because I get to do whatever makes me happy and excited. Okay, so let me know if you have anything, if you have any questions about the Rise program whatsoever. It is an incredible scale program from $22 to $3,333. Pick what feels truly aligned for you to be committed to this. Don't take it as like, I'm just gonna do the cheapest, easiest one, because guess what? Then you'll be like, that's the energy you'll bring to it. You'll be like, okay, yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it. I want you to show up committed to this because it's going to change your entire life. And the level of value that you're going to get on this is going to supersede anything that you could even imagine. So I'm just going to give that to you. I'm going to tell you that so that you can actually get your ass in gear with allowing your soul to start leading your life. And we're rising to the level that we're being called to rise to, not the level that we feel like we can get ourselves to go to. Those are completely different levels of life. You want to know how to have rapid transformation and powerful results? You allow yourself to be risen to the place you're called to and not try to control where you get to. Those are completely different lives. We're unavailable for this. I have to do this all by myself and figure out how to make it happen. And how do I do this, Mandy? I chuck it. Only a few people will know what that's from. Yes. Thank you, Ed, so much. All right. I love you guys. Have a fantastic day. I will see you guys in the Rise program, and I will see you mañana. Happy New Year's.